Okay, I'm sitting here in San Francisco. We're close to Union Square. We were in front of Hotel Nico, right? This is Hotel Nico.
Yeah, Hotel Nico.
Yeah, and I caught up to this guy, Evgeny Tchebotarev. He's the guy that's one of the guys behind 500 Pix, the site that we've been talking about on the show quite a bit. He's been on the show a couple times. And I thought I would catch up to him. He's here for the Google thing.
For the Google I/O.
Google I/O, and doing some photography around California since he's in the area. So I seized the opportunity to catch up with him to talk about what 500 Pix is up to. Maybe talk about the Google announcement yesterday and how that impacts you guys.
Sure, yeah.
And then also maybe a little bit about Flickr. What's going on with Flickr.
Sure. Yeah.
So, welcome.
All right.
Welcome. All right. So let's kick it off with. It's 500 Pix. So for the folks that may not know about this site, what's the elevator pitch of what the site was built for?
It's pretty simple. It is the world's most beautiful photos in one place. And this is the social network for photographers that care about photography, care about the quality of photography, want to get better as photographers. And it is kind of like a big funnel of photographers that can upload their best shots and get viewed and get instant feedback loop and get motivated and inspired and get out and shoot more photos.
Yeah.
So this is one of the layers that we have on the site. The other one that we relaunched just recently is Portfolios, which is your personal website presence. That your professional portfolio, and you can set it up in any way you like.
Yes.
You can even hire a professional designer if you want to, and we'll be working with other design firms, and with our designers will be adding other themes, so you can fully customize your portfolio, and thus save time and money on building your own or using other products that are more expensive.
You don't have to worry about hosting fees.
Yeah, no hosting fees, no anything. So you just set it up, one simple annual fee, and that's it. So it's pretty simple. Okay. This is another of our products. So there's plenty of things that we're doing, and well, in a nutshell, that's what 500.
Right. Well, so one question for you. So when someone uploads a photo to the site, other users of the site can like it, and increase its rating.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Explain a little bit how that works, that piece, because it's not like a Facebook-like. It's some sort of algorithm in there, right?
It is a pretty complex algorithm. So we started with the algorithm that took my co-founder of mine about a week to figure out, and the idea is that at the time when we launched the algorithm, all the photos and all the other photo sharing sites would have the ranking of top 100 photos, and they would be just logarithmically, adding up. Yeah. So when you go to this photo ranking, you'll see the same photos all over again, all the time. Like if you go a year from now, the top photo will be the same, and it's boring.
Right.
And we wanted to have the added dynamic to the photo page. So we created the algorithm that decays the rating over time. So it goes down and allowing new photos to shoot up, so that more people will see them.
Like conveyor belt almost, right?
Yeah. So even the greatest photos will be in the top for most few days, maybe a week at most. So the idea is that if you go on a popular page every 3-4 hours, there will be a new set of photos, so you can enjoy it and discover new photographers, discover new places to visit, and be inspired by new works coming up.
Yeah, and for me, that's one of the main things about the site. It's just inspirational. You just kind of dive in there. It's a little intimidating, because there's so much good work out there. But it's good because people are putting their best foot forward. Yeah. Whereas, at least in the old days on Flickr, at least for me, I was just, when I first started using Flickr, I just dump everything on there and then hope people would like the good stuff, right? Or using the crowd as my filter. So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about Flickr.
Sure.
So a lot of people were saying...
Remind me, what's that?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right. Big company.
I couldn't resist. Right.
That big company that's just down the street. So back in the day, earlier, Flickr sort of had the crown of this is the de facto place where you share your images. And a lot of folks were saying, and we were critical of them on This Week in Photo as well, about lack of innovation. They weren't rolling out new features fast enough for us, or for people, for photographers. And then you guys showed up with this gorgeous sort of UI, and a lot of people were saying 500 pics is what Flickr should have evolved into, and you guys sort of just took the crown and ran with it. Flickr seems to be coming back now. They launched a really nice iOS app that's out there, and they've got a new CEO that seems to be putting a lot more weight on the Flickr group, so...
And I have a lot of faith in Maurice Mir. What she's doing with buying startups and what she's doing with policies and things like that. I think we'll see lots of changes in Flickr as well. So
now, are you guys at 500 pics like, oh man, they're not dead, and we're worried now? We better step up our game even more.
It's a big company with still lots of traffic coming to that, so it's definitely something we consider daily. A few days ago, there's been a leaked screenshot of the homepage that was taken down. I was traveling, so I couldn't see that. And when I got to the internet, it was down already. So apparently, their new homepage from the worlds of other people, it looks the same like homepage of the other site, 500px.
Well, you guys set the standard in a lot of ways, right?
So it is something where, it's kind of like sort of a race. And I think it's nice to have competitors that are still live, whether it's Google+, whether it's even Facebook with their bigger photos, or Flickr with different mosaic of photos, because it keeps us,
Yeah, it's competition.
Motivated. Yeah, it's competition.
I like the quote. I want to quote you. It's nice to have competitors that are still alive.
Companies stagnate when they have no competitors. So
you get lazy.
So we like to keep pushing things, and we always keep pushing things on a daily basis, tweaking things, moving things, developing so many things that will be launching later this year, next year. So there's lots of projects that are year or year and a half in the works, and they will take a little while to be launched.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of this sort of innovation and fast pace of feature rollout, Google Plus just happened yesterday. They rolled out a bunch of new features. I have been so busy, I haven't even had a chance to figure out what those new features are. Of course. What are they?
So let me start with criticism. When they're rolling out new features, they always put all the feature list as like 41 new features. And it's like,
we moved this pixel to the left.
And
new
it's like,
feature.
Really? So
we changed the font. New feature.
It reminds me of some older days when somebody would be like 300. The Apple. Like 300 new features, and you're like reading the small list of things, and you're like, really?
Yeah, they
That's
do that
not
on OS 10 updates. 150 amazing new features, and you get to the 150th one, and it is. Now we change the background color from beige to off beige.
And you're like, right, thank you. So, but the set of features at Google Plus that was released yesterday was pretty significant. So, what they've done is they combined the storage Gmail with Google Plus, and now you have 15 gigs combined storage for free, which is neat. The only thing is kind of like it didn't create a new storage. It just took your Gmail storage and took your Google Drive and
merged it. So that's the feature. We added the plus sign, and we have it all.
Well, if you're using Gmail less or Google Plus more, it kind of makes sense so that you can have more meaningful storage.
Right.
Why not? Right, same storage.
Exactly. Why not? And
But on Google Plus Photos, they created what they call smart algorithms, so that currently you can upload all your photos, and they will highlight the best ones by looking at your contrast, your whether there's faces that you tagged before, so it's like your family or your closer circle. If you shoot panorama photos separately, they'll combine them together and will give you the panorama. Or if you shoot 5 photos where people are making faces, they'll create a GIF, animated GIF, so you can kind of post it.
That's cool.
So the idea is that they're moving all their darkroom to the cloud and doing all the heavy lifting on the backend side of the. Which is neat. It's
consumer focused, but
it is consumer focused. So they created some filters like skin softening and highlights. Like over exposed photos, underexposed. They'll make them awesome. The only thing it concerns more or less average photos. So it's not something that you or I would do for professional quality photos, but it's something that I can see doing myself if I have family pictures, right? Where you'll be like, all right, 300 photos, upload them, make them awesome, share with the family.
That's great.
So it is something...
It kind of goes back to what I was saying about Flickr back in the day when I would just dump everything up there and let the crowd figure out what was good. So they're doing it algorithmically now. So I can dump everything up there and they'll figure out what the decent ones are and highlight those. What happens, so if I dump 100 images up there, and I'm talking to you like you run the thing, and I dump 100 images up there and it says, of these 100 images, these 3 are good. What happens to the other 97?
They just stay there.
Are they visible?
The highlighted ones you can make visible to the public. So it actually coincides with our idea of how we want to proceed forward. So we won't have similar thing, and it is currently under development, secret. But the idea is it is common knowledge. It's like, okay, if you're near Eiffel Tower, we might know that you're near Eiffel Tower by your GPS coordinates. If your camera has compass as well, we know where you're pointing. So we might know that it's Eiffel Tower and actually tag it as Eiffel Tower. That's what Google Plus currently does.
That's so cool.
And that's what we currently do on the back end, but we don't show you that. So we know all the landmarks, and we know the radius around the landmarks, and then if we have compass around that, we can know which way we're pointing.
That or he's probably trying to. No, I'm sorry. We're trying to aim in the direction of the Eiffel Tower, right? If you're in there, so anywhere around that radius, if you, it's just pointing at it.
Even though, imagine you're not pointing that, but the chances are you're near that, and the chances are you are taking pictures of Eiffel Tower, even if we don't have the direction, because why else you would be like within 100 meters of Eiffel Tower?
Right.
So things like that are getting there. They're becoming commonplace. I'm sure that Google Plus did it first. We have the technology ready, so we're testing it right now.
That is so cool. That is so cool that you can do that. That's just logical, right? It's just using the data that's already there and saying, okay, why not? I know where he is. I know what's around him. I know that's probably in the shot. And you even know you know what lens it's being used as well, right? So he's got a wide field of view and he's about this far away.
I don't know if Google Plus does that, but this is something we do on a more basic level with statistics. So for example, if you're shooting with a variety of lenses, a bunch of cameras, you can go to the stats page and you can see, for example, that you've been using one camera that produces you highest quality photos, and your landscapes are more popular than your fashion shoots, fashion portraits or something. You're like, all right, next time I go on vacation, I need to take this camera and this lens. I don't need to pick the whole suitcase of lenses or like all the cameras, because statistically speaking, people like photos with this camera and with this lens.
So will you present that information back to me as a user? So how would that be presented? I just go to a stats page. It says,
and you'll see which
use this camera, Frederick. You do better with this camera.
Well, it kind of tells you that you can see, choose your top 10 shots of the lifetime, 30 days, 7 days, and see which cameras gave you which photos, and whether they are high quality or we probably will need to present it better. So give you like direct advice, like going to Hawaii, take this one and take this one. Statistically speaking, other people had better chances of better photos with these cameras and with these lenses.
That's really smart. I love that math. Okay, so let's wrap it up. So what's next for 500 pix? What am I going to see? To the extent that you can reveal, but what can I look forward to?
There is plenty of things that we are working on, obviously. The biggest thing is that once we release something, we're committed to make it better. So one thing that we released yesterday is portfolios. And we will be committed to make sure that there is always new themes available, more customization, more speed improvements, and better focus. We'll be inviting other design firms to create themes for our photographers. And it is the whole new management system. So this is something that creates a lot of value for photographers. The next one, it is pretty big. We're still working on that. Is a new photo page. So you've seen that photos currently are 900 pixels wide. panoramas probably don't look as good as they should be. There's a lot of things that we'll be doing. So the photos will be around 60 to 100% larger, depending on your screen. You'll be able to see full screen images, use keyboard shortcuts to go quickly through the whole Popular. So if you want to browse 100 photos of Popular in in 2 minutes, you can do that. You don't have to go back and forth, or it will be really, really slick and really fast. So we're currently working on finishing up. I have one of the better pages on the site right now, so I can show you after the show. But it is one of the biggest impacting pages that we are working on, because it impacts just the photo page is viewed around 250 million times each month.
Wow.
So it is pretty significant redesign and pretty significant impact. So we want better performance, better visibility into what people like, how they like them, how they like the photo, and what are the other information around the photo that needs to be there.
Making it smarter, slicker, faster.
And on top of that, there will be a new algorithm that is more sophisticated. So some people were complaining about the dislike button. It will be going away, because we found a way to make sure that we still can get highest quality photos without the dislike. Even though we thought it was necessary, now we have figured out more data points that we can take to make sure that we have highest quality photos. So this will be coming up pretty soon as well.
Good.
So people will be, I'm sure they will be happy.
That's cool. Well, congratulations on the site, man. It's good. I mean,
Thanks.
It's in a lot of ways, you guys changed the way people think that photos should be presented online, right? And bigger is beautiful, and and raising the bar. Especially, we talked earlier, years ago, about how when I had a 500 pix account, but was afraid to use it because I was intimidated by all this stuff up there. And now I think that just sort of raised the bar of the quality of photos that are on the site, because you don't just throw junk up there, because it'll be contrasted with the greatness.
And again, you can throw junk at that. That's not a problem. The thing is that most photos on 500 pix are public, whereas on Facebook and other sites they're mostly private, right? They're within your network of friends, or on 500 pix it is all public. And just what we want to do is more granular Popular page. So for example, maybe you don't have a chance to get to the first page of the Popular page. Could be, right? But what if you're on the first page of San Francisco Popular page, right? Or downtown San Francisco, or fashion photography in San Francisco, right? There you could be number one.
Now you're talking.
Right.
Yeah.
So and it gives you
vertical genres and location based.
And it gives you a lot of motivation, because I'm not the best photographer in the world, but I could be the best in downtown Toronto, or in my building, right? Or within the landscapes.
So so this is coming, right? To be able to do that. So is this kind of like a Foursquare sort of thing, where algorithmically you become the mayor of a certain geolocation, or you have Evgeny has the most popular photos with the Eiffel Tower in them, and you automatically get sort of badged for that.
Yes, the badges are coming as well. They will be smart badges, so it's not.
Sorry, we're busy. Oh, sorry.
5 cents for the homeless.
I'm sorry, we're recording an interview right now. Thank you. You're famous now, though. I'll cut that out.
That's a fun part about San Francisco. No, I think you should keep it. I mean, it's part of the real life experience.
Totally.
But going back to badges, there will be smart badges that not just dumping lots of badges at you, but imagine you never uploaded a photo. You can still get a badge if you comment meaningful comments, or if you like photos that became popular after you liked them, right? So not liking just the popular, but the ones discovering the photos that will become popular later on after your votes. So things like that will be part of the achievements and badges system.
That's cool.
And again, we can get different badges for different things. Some of them will
really
be hard, some of them will be easy. They're not for just sheer gamification, but they're kind of giving different.
I'm not a fan of the whole Foursquare. I'm the mayor of Starbucks. In Union Square. Who cares? For me,
people used Foursquare for 3 years without knowing why.
Exactly. Why am I checking in here? I don't know. No one cares that I'm at Starbucks. So I don't care about that. What I
Don't
find
tell it to Dennis.
Yeah. What I find interesting about this idea is just to know what is around me, right? So in my particular town, it'd be great to know that, hey, I just found out that I am the most popular portrait photographer here, or I do the best shots of whatever here, you know, or even for the social aspects of it, hey, me and these 3 people are top in my town. Now I want to connect with them, and maybe we'll go do some work together or something. You know?
And it is great for finding client work, because if you're #1 portrait photographer in Oakland or in San Francisco, people will be going there and like, I need a portrait photographer. Where? I need it in San Francisco.
Yes.
Who is the top 3? Go check their profiles and connect with them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
like that.
it is really easy, and being a photographer is a hard work.
Right.
It's never easy. It's never raining cash or anything like that. It is a lot of hard work.
Right.
And if we can make it easier to find client work, to present your work, to sell your work, we want to do that because we want to help more and more photographers achieve that sustainability, so they can go and take more photos over time.
Absolutely. So when are these features coming? I know you can't tell me, but I have to ask.
The photo page is coming in June.
Okay.
Late June.
Yeah.
The pages algorithm is coming in June as well. The pages are coming a little after that. So the big thing.
So all this year then, 2013.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We all want to release it all this year. The thing is, we're still a small team, so we're around 22, 23 people right now. We all the companies that I talk to at Google I/O, they're like, oh, we're 150 and we're doing like little thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, we're doing the same kind of market, but we're just so much smaller that everybody's swamped with work, and it is crazy.
You're a true startup, though, right?
Yeah.
That's you do everything. What's your title at 500 Pix?
COO. So I do all the daily things, like from payroll to lawyers,
Putting up with people like me.
Yeah. Or there's I've been working on Android for a little while, so we've been developing the app. It got featured in Google Play last week, so we've been working towards that for a little while.
Yep.
And there's like little projects that I would take on, or try to guide, because there's not a lot of people, and we kind of have to switch hats every time, and just go and do something else.
Sure. That's cool, man. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
It's exciting. I want to go back and play with 500 Pix now, and Google Plus, and see these new features.
And Google
in there.
Plus, yeah.
So this is great. It's exciting. So what's next for you? Where are you heading off after this?
Right after this, I'm heading on the first highway, so I've been traveling a little bit to take some photos.
We call it Highway 1.
Highway 1.
Yeah.
What
Not
is
the
it
first
say?
highway.
Oh, Highway 1.
Actually, it probably is the first highway, but I don't know. Yeah.
Highway 1.
Highway 1, yeah.
And I got some amazing photos from Yosemite and from Death Valley.
Yeah.
They are spectacular, I think. So
nice. If you see, the 500 Pigs guy says, I took spectacular images, so now you got to post those.
yeah. And we will see if they're spectacular, right?
Awesome.
So take some more photos on the way.
Cool. Well, thank you, sir. All right.
Thank
you have
you.
a good trip, and thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
All right.
It was fun.
See you later.